Hello and welcome. Today we have Sister Asimwe with us, and kindly sister to greet the viewers and introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm Sister Esther Asimwe, a member of the congregation of the Daughters of Divine Charity. It's an international and pontifical congregation found all over the world, and so I'm a member in that congregation. Of course, I'm a Ugandan poet, I'm a teacher, and so much more.
Maybe sister, to understand about the congregation.
Yes.
Sisterhood has so many of them, right?
Yes.
Like priesthood.
Yes.
It's okay, that's a topic for another day. Now, what really motivated you to become a reverend sister?
Oh, thank you for that question. I was motivated because, first of all, I felt God was calling me to that, because since childhood I really desired to serve God. I always asked myself, how can I reward God for all the good things He has done for me? And so I felt that the perfect gift which I would give God was to give Him back my life. And of course, as I've said, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted as I was growing up, and so I decided to join the Daughters of Divine Charity, and that was in 2010.
And like for one to become a full sister, like now in your congregation, how long does it take, and what does it take one to become a reverend sister?
It's quite a long process. It's not a one-day thing. First of all, of course, you have to feel called by God. Of course, you can't. It's not for everyone. It's for those who have been called by God. And then, of course, you have to also have that desire, the desire of serving God. Of course, you serve God through the people. And so, as an institute, or also as the Catholic Church, there are already guidelines. For instance, for a congregation, you should first of all, of course, be a woman, and then you should be a Catholic, and then you should have that desire, and then you should have that academic qualifications. There are some qualifications. You should have finished senior 6 and then university. Like generally, you should have good academic performance, and it takes around 5 years initially. Then you become a sister, you take your first religious vows, and you continue discerning, because this is a journey which needs discernment. It's not something that you do for one day and then you finish. And then after some years, you make your final profession, meaning you will remain a sister for the rest of your life. And so that's part of the journey in short.
Wow, it's a very long journey, and congratulations for that.
Yeah,
now,
thank you.
How is life? How is it like being a sister? Really, how is that life? Because I don't know how to describe it, but just tell us how sisterhood feels.
It feels good.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can see the smile. If it wasn't good, for me, I've been a sister for 11 years. And it's a journey worth taking, because you know you are giving your life for God and for humanity. Like for us, our charism as the Daughters of Divine Charity is to make God's love visible to the people. And so how do we make God's love visible to the people? First of all, through our daily lives. Like when you meet people, how do you treat them? And then do you help them to know God? And then through your daily life, in your actions, do people see God's love in you? Yeah, so that's it.
How does Sister Asimwe's day begin? Okay, take us through your normal day's routine as a sister, beginning from morning till evening.
Okay, also that will take quite a time, but of course it's different now. It's different now that I'm a
Sister
student.
Simu is there as a sister now.
Okay, as a sister, when I wake up, I begin with my morning prayers.
Okay.
Of course, we have the daily office or the breviary, so I first say my prayers, and then I go on. I prepare for mass. I attend mass daily, and then I have some breakfast after mass, and then I go for lectures as I'm a student. Of course, when I'm in the convent, the day is different, but that's basically so far
Now
what
talk
I'm
to us now, convent life. That's actually what we want.
Convent life usually everyone has their apostolate, or like what you are doing, you as a sister, because since we are an active congregation, you integrate prayer and work. Like, it's not all about prayer. Of course, we live in God's presence, meaning even when you're doing something, you keep in God's presence. And so, like, I'm a teacher, so if I'm in the convent, after mass, after breakfast, I prepare myself, I go to school, and then some sisters who are nurses, those who are accountants, those who are farmers, those taking care of the farm, like, they go, and then usually we meet at midday for midday prayers. And then after midday prayers, maybe we continue with our activities, or we have some kind of rest until we also meet for evening prayers. And then after evening prayers, we have our supper, and then we have night prayers. But of course, in the middle, there are so many other activities. Sometimes we go out to reach out to the people, to meet them. There are so many things which I cannot really explain right now. Yes.
Now talking about meals, do sisters prepare their own meals, or they are prepared by some people for them?
Okay, thank you. First of all, as religious, we have that nature of being simple or living simple lives. And of course, every nature of a convent or of a house of the religious will adapt its life according to the mission they are doing, according to the apostolate. Like, for me in my community, we prepare our own meals. There are some sisters who stay in the house to do that, to take care of the house. But then every community does according to how their apostolate allows them to do.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, every society, every community has its own challenges. Take us through the challenges of a sister. The challenges of Sister Simwe as a sister now, the challenges that you go through in today's life.
In today's life, of course, the challenges are there, because, as we know, also roses, however beautiful they are, they still have thorns, and so there is no perfect life. But with God's grace, we sail through. The challenge mainly could be the negative attitude from society, because sometimes people may not fully appreciate or understand. Of course, there are many, the majority know what is religious life, and so they appreciate what we are in the church. But then you also meet people who will tell you, sister, you're just wasting your life, you're wasting your youth. So I would feel also that is a challenge. And of course, we also have the challenge of this materialism, like everyone wants to have as many things as possible.
Yes.
That sometimes becomes a challenge.
And how do you? Okay. How do you and go through this?
We go through it by God's grace. It's by God's grace, because we are human beings.
Yes.
We are human beings, and so sometimes we fail, but then God's grace keeps us going.
Because these words are very harsh. For example, someone telling you that you're wasting your youthful life. It's so harsh. I feel it, but
it's harsh. But when you know that I have done this because I feel called by God. I have done this because this is what I love. And so you actually laugh at the people, or sometimes if you have time, you try to explain to them and some really understand. And you also pray for people. And anyway, not everyone also is meant to understand us. And so you also asked how we face the challenges through prayer, and then through constant renewal. We always renew ourselves through the sacraments of the church, through constant spiritual reading, and through retreats. We always have annual retreats, monthly decorations, and so we surely have so many opportunities to enable us to walk our path of religious life.
Now, before we go to Sister Asimwe as the poet, maybe anything you'd want to add about the church?
The church.
Yeah, anything you'd want to say about the church, maybe?
Okay, thank you. For me, I'm happy that so many people love God, and especially the youth, like what I've discovered here at Makerere. When you see so many youth engaged in church activities, indeed you know that people love God. And so I would like to call upon everyone to know that God loves them. Or sometimes life may be too heavy on them, and then they feel maybe God has abandoned me, the church has abandoned me. No. The church loves you, and above God loves you. And of course, we should always remember that the church is a mother, the church is a home, and so we should always find time to come to church. We should find time for God to pray, and so many of that kind.
Now, let's talk about Sister Esther Asimwe, the author.
Thank you.
When did you become a poet? Like, when did you discover that you're really good in poetry?
Okay. Maybe not really good, but maybe finding that you have that passion.
Yes.
Yes. So it's been some years since I discovered that. Of course, I like reading.
Okay.
I've read a good number of good books. And of course, also I've read a good number of poems. And through those poems, through literature, through the richness of language, I've always felt that literature has that power to reach out to so many people. And so that's basically how I found out that I also have a voice, and I could use poetry to reach out to the people.
Wow.
Yes.
What really inspired you?
Okay.
To
What inspired me is, first of all, the passion. You can't do something when you do not love it. As I've told you, language has its richness, and that richness is able to, a word or even a sentence or even a poem or even a book is able to transform a life, is able to give someone hope. And so that's what inspired me. I felt I should also make a contribution by writing a book.
I've seen you've written a book. The title is Birds Must Fly.
Yes.
Tell us about this book.
Okay, thank you so much. Of course, I'm excited to tell you about this book. It's called Birds Must Fly. It's a collection of poems about different themes. And of course, when people look at the title, Birds Must Fly, they always say, sister, don't birds fly?
And I was almost asking you that.
Yeah, indeed, birds fly because it's their nature. They should fly and they must fly. And so I wanted to use that image of the birds to refer to us as human beings. We human beings were also created with a purpose. God created us for a purpose, to live meaningful lives. And so as birds fly, we should also explore life. We should live purposeful lives. We should embrace and pursue our dreams that make us true to why God created us.
So that is now take us through the book.
Okay, I take you through the book.
Yes.
So as I've said, it's a collection of thought-provoking poems. Poems on hope, poems on faith, on character, and then on forgiveness. And then of course the book also looks around through friendship. There are so many themes. For example, we are not godless, like reminding us that we have God. And then, but then the theme that runs through is that God has created you for a purpose. And so how can you live true to that purpose in life without wavering off the right path? And so, and of course, as I've said, these poems have been born, first of all, from a reflective heart, from reflecting, and then also a keen observation on society, looking at what takes place in society, looking at how people live their lives. And so this is a book that can help one, that can guide one into self-discovery first of all, and then into living to their fullest. As I've said, birds must fly, you must live, but then you must live a meaningful life.
Now, for one to get this book,
Okay.
where can he look?
Okay.
How can he get it?
Okay. So as you can see, this book has just been released, but then it's already available in some bookshops and then some online platforms like through Mahiri Books, and it will
Mahiri is in Uganda?
yeah, it's in poetry.
And enjoy it, but
Must
must fly by Sister Asimwe. Now, Sister,
yes.
I know you want to encourage someone outside, someone watching you here. Any word of encouragement to the people watching?
Okay, thank you. A word of encouragement that I would give to the viewers is that no matter what, they should not stop seeking meaning in life. They should not stop living purposeful lives. You know, sometimes life can be overwhelming, we get different challenges, but then despite you also have a purpose in this life. And so instead of fighting, why don't we all try to live up to this purpose in life, so that in the end our Creator will be happy. And so let's try to live in peace. First of all, of course, we also live in peace by listening to one another, because sometimes the failure of dialogue is the origin of all the conflicts in families, conflicts among nations. We do not want to listen to one another, and then we should also be humble, because sometimes we want to prove ourselves, we want to prove that we are the best, but then you are not everything. You can't be everything. God is the one who is everything. And so let's make our world a better place for everyone.
Thank you so much, Sister.
You're welcome.
Maybe in case someone wants to contact you,
Okay.
your email address, just say it. We shall also put it here.
Okay.
Yes.
So my email address is srosister and then .asimwe@gmail.com.
Repeat again.
It's sister.asimwe@gmail.com.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.